Hello and welcome to an honest walkthrough and review of this Squiggly Amejewar by Soundiron. Now this is a custom instrument made from wood with 4 strings and a buzzing bridge. What can go wrong? In all honesty, it sounds quite ethnic, and they recorded it with 3 different mic positions and quite a few articulations. Now bear in mind this will require the full version of Contact, set you back $39, but I do have a discount code in the description that I think gets you about 5% off, as well as an affiliate link, but this still is an honest review. Now into the plugin, if you're not familiar with how Soundiron lays out their Contact UIs, it's broken down into 4 layers. Now as default, all 4 layers are actually on for once. You just turn them on by these little speaker buttons there. But layer 1 has mic A, mic B is on layer 2, mic C, layer 3, and you've got some ambience here on layer 4, and you've got lots of different ambiences to choose from. We'll flick through a couple later, and they also have subsynth sustains and subsynth staccatos. I absolutely love those. They do have free Contact instruments as well, which has these subsynth staccatos and sustains. Now let's quickly play this out of the box, then we'll flick through some of the different articulations. So that's it out of the box with a mix of all 3 mic positions and its ambient layer. Let's turn all that off. You've heard it out of the box. Go back to layer 1 and just have a quick listen to just the plucked no mod sound. Kind of sounds like the mix between a zither, a sitar, and a guitar, in all honesty. But that's the plucked no mod on mic A. This is mic B, same articulation. And you'll be happy to know that the pitch bend works as well if you do want a more sitar-y sort of sound. Let's go back to our mic A and go through our next articulation, which is Plucked Mod. Has a pitchy, bendy sort of sound. I quite like that actually. Open string 1. And a whole host of effects, but I'm honestly quite surprised about the variety of sounds that you actually get with this instrument. Everything from almost sitar and zither-like to simply just a Western guitar. But we showed most of those off with mic A. Mic B is more of an electric-y sort of sound. Just flick through the articulations with mic B quickly. try try mic C. And then some fun effects. Is this an instrument you see yourself using? It's definitely something different. But before you make that decision, let's move on to our ambiences. These are normally quite interesting. I really like that, and something I really like doing as well. Layer 1 I'm going to assign to layer A. Layer 2 I'm going to assign to B. I'm going to attach my mod wheel to the crossfade over here. And then I'm going to make sure that's actually turned on. And then just flick to the ambiences as well. And we'll go with ambient 2 on that. And we'll actually change this to ambient 3, something a little bit different. And you'll see as we flick between that, we're going between the two layers. Very sci-fi-esque. I almost want to add in another layer. Actually unlink that and just put in mic A, which is our plucked mod as well. Let's move these on to 4 and 5. And as you can see, you can quite quickly make some very interesting and unique sounds. Let's move on. Ambient 6 and Ambient 7. You've got 20 different ambiences, by the way, and I want to actually change this. Let's go to mic B this time and go to the Plucked Mod. Very sci-fi spacey-esque. Now I want to mix another layer in. I really do enjoy Soundiron's UI because you can get very creative with it. Now here we've got an LFO, a filter and an ARP, and with layer 4 I actually want to move on to the subsynth staccatos with our sine wave, just so you can hear how that sounds very quickly. Very basic, obviously. It's just a sine wave. But turn an ARP on. And then start mixing that in with everything else. We'll move our ambiences as well. Go to 8 and 9. And with everything on. can build up some thick and interesting textures. Now I am just putting random stuff on, but the more you dive into this, the more you can make the sound exactly what you need it to be and what you want it to be. So let's just finish flicking through some of these ambiences and stop this experimenting, because we could be here all day in all honesty, and we'll just show you the different ambiences you get with this library. So that's all your ambiences, lots of interesting and unique sounds, and especially if you're looking for something different, this would definitely add that touch of uniqueness to your piece. Might not be for everyone, but I do like how different and experimental it is. And again, I love the UI and how creative you can get within it. Now, of course, there are these subsynth sustains and subsynth staccatos I can go through, but they're simply just synths. They're on just about every single Kontakt player library that these guys produce, so we won't touch those. One thing I will add though, if you are messing with the mic positions, you can click this button, which will show you, well, allow you to use the full keyboard or have the actual range of the instrument. So that is one thing I will note. They do have an effects rack around the back where you can turn some reverb on, add different things to this, and there's, well, you can see here all the different things you can do with that. And you do have a second rack, so plenty of room for experimentation for not such a bad price either. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. What do you think of this unique and interesting instrument? What does it sound like to you? But thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.